Hi, this is Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me and my Hobonichi cousin. I am going to be using stencils from Beauty with Starlet, and these are going to be for the hourly weeks section. So these are pretty cute, and I want to start using what I have, so that's why I'm going to, this is actually for the Hobonichi weeks, but for some smaller things I want to use this size. The other three that I just kind of went through really quickly, these are all sized for the Hobonichi cousin. So again, these are by Beauty by Starlet. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to be using my kit from my shop, Serene Planning, and this is my navy coral kit. So it's got some blues and peach tones. So nice calming colors for this upcoming week. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to remove my little dangle clip. This was gifted to me by my friend, which I just absolutely adore. This is another one, kind of matching, just different stones, but they're so cute. They're just out of the way. They're not too bulky. So I really am enjoying that. Okay, so I'm going to get started with my headers here. I'm not even going to bother whiting that out this week. It's really not bothering me so much. I can't believe on Friday next week it's going to be February already. I read somewhere the other day, and it was amusing but true, that the days go by slow, but the years go by fast. Because everyone's just so busy and stressed out these days that the days seem to drag on. But when you look back, I mean, now it's pretty much February, and it just goes by way too quick. Okay, I'm going to put my weekly down here. I use this for my meal planning. And I'm just putting down everything a little crooked today, unfortunately. Alright, meal plan. And here. Use that for anything I need to buy for the week. And I've got the habit trackers. It's a 3-in-1, and for me, I like to track, make sure I am still on my healthy eating and headaches, and then I think I'm also going to start tracking my workouts. So I need to get started because summer will be here before we know it. Just gonna stick that there, and I am using this Pilot Juice 0.38. It is brand new. I've been using it the last couple days, and I'm really enjoying it. It's smooth writing, dries fairly quickly, and not too thick. Healthy eats headache. And workouts. Okay, so I'm not going to meal plan yet because I usually do that on Sundays. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to, let's see, put these down. I'm just trying to think if I would want to put any at the top. I think I'm just going to do that just for decoration purposes. I don't think I'm going to use my little peekaboo characters this week, like this one here. So I think I'm just going to put this start at 7:30, because I usually don't wake up until 7:30. So anything I've got going on here, anything important for the day, I'll just put up there. Alright, and then I'm just going to do the same at the bottom. I'm going to put these at 11 o'clock because that is the time I typically am in bed. Okay, so down here I'm just putting these headers of things I need to track or do throughout the week that I want to accomplish. I'll put happy now because I am expecting a few things next week that I definitely want to keep track of and make sure they come on time. I ordered a custom TN for my Hobonichi cousin, and unfortunately the post office has mailed it, or they have lost it. It has been lost for weeks now. I'm still hopeful that it comes, but kind of losing hope at the same time. So I hope workout's here, so I'm going to note some things I'm grateful for this week. Okay, and then I'm going to put here my little checklist. So with my lost TN, the post office has not been very helpful to me. I have called numerous times and always get promised a callback, and I don't ever hear back from anybody. Their whole time is ridiculous. I don't have over an hour to spend on the phone on hold while I'm trying to get things done. So I keep hoping that it comes. I was really looking forward to this TN. But the seller also put an inquiry with his post office, so I really hope that they resolve it. Okay, so now I'm going to put down my day headers. I think I'm going to just switch it up a little bit this week and put them down here. And I believe Monday is the 28th. I'll just put that right here. Just switch it up a little and get away from the normal. I like to change things up every once in a while. So one thing I got this week was the new Boho berry box, and it is for bullet journaling. And I originally started this Hobonichi cousin with thoughts that I was going to use it as a bullet journal, but it kind of got to be too much, so I am using it as an extensive detail planner on the daily pages. Instead of having to do like just weeklies on 2 pages, I'm using it daily. So I got this Boho berry bullet journal box, and I can still use it for the daily. And I'm just going to kind of go back here really quick and show you something. So this large sticker came in February's box, and it fits in here perfectly. And so this was on the month page. kind of switching over from January to February, so it's not a daily page, so it wasn't going to be used. So I thought this would be perfect to use in here for a monthly tracker for February. So I'm really, really happy with that. I'll go back here for now, sorry. Get a little sidetracked. Okay, so I have these boxes, but I really wanted to try out the stencils. So I started drawing them out just because I have a ton of meetings. So I'm going to use my Steadliner 0.05, and I started tracing these out just to make sure that they all fit where I needed them to. So I'm going to hopefully not mess this up and just go over my pencil. But even if it messes up, that's okay, because it does not have to be perfect. So I'm just trying to make each meeting a little different shape to switch it up a bit. This little banner thing took me so many tries just to get right. I think that's just me. As you can see here, there are spaces in between, so I was just trying to figure out how to get these lines right. But I think it turned out okay. I'm happy with it overall. But now that I do know how to do it, it should be easier next time. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to use my Pilot Juice and write in my meetings for the beginning of the week. Now I may go back and just kind of like highlight under these just to add a little bit of color to it. So I've got all my meetings on Post-it notes, so I can kind of plan ahead for the week. So I'm just using those to fill in the blanks here. Alright, so I have a training on Tuesday for a couple hours. Okay. Of course that didn't fit in there, but that's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, so get rid of all these Post-its and go on to the next day. Thought I had another morning meeting there, but I'll have to go back to my computer and check that. Okay, let's see, it dries pretty quickly. I'm not getting any smears on my hand, which is wonderful. This I'm not writing down because I'm not sure if I'm going to be attending that. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to go back to the stencils here. I'm going to actually use the bigger ones. I've got 1:30 meeting and a 2:30 meeting. So So I think I'm going to use this and just save that whole time slot for these meetings. Okay, and one more day of meetings left. Ever since I got promoted to a management position, lots of meetings, which is good because it's nice to hear what's going on and have some input. All right, so let's see. I'll put this here. And I'm going to be training our new people for the next month or so. So I think I might actually start planning ahead. Just because I don't know how much downtime I'm going to have since I'm going to be working out of my home office for the next month or so. Okay. Now, I almost wish that these stencils were see-through so I can see where they were lining up. I guess it's okay. Alright, almost done. 2 more left to track. I'll use this one. Yeah, so with these it's kind of hard to see. I just like to make sure they're even, but sometimes we have to adjust. Okay, last one. Like this one, I just have no idea where it is in the middle. So I'm just going to kind of go down halfway here, just because I don't need that full length. Okay. All right, got all the meetings down. Very excited. Okay. All right, so that is it for my weekly planning. Now, just to kind of show what I'm doing with my daily planning. So here I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was trying to do a doodle. It turned out horrible. The Eagles lost the playoffs. It was very devastating. My nephew had a birthday party. It was Pokemon. But I really did not like that, so I stopped doing that. So I was going to start just making every day a to-do list. And did that for a little, used some distress inks here, which I love. This is a complete disaster. I like the speckled here, but some of it got too much and I kind of spread it, and it turned out, in my opinion, I just hate it. So these were spray inks, and it just made a mess. If you could see, it kind of went all over pages, which it doesn't bother me so much there, but I just don't want to look at this page anymore. Then here is where I'm starting to go into more of an extensive list of what's going on for the day. So I'm putting all of my appointments, meetings on this side, and everything else like to-dos over here. I had off, spent the day with my kids, So just jotted that down there. Use some Simply Gilded Washi here. This I actually used from my Hobonichi Weeks kit because I had an extra one, so I just put my to-do list on there, along with these little dots here. And kind of the same thing every day. This weekend I used some Happy Planner stickers. So I love this. It's just so bright. It's being winter in Pennsylvania. It's dark and dreary right now, and I can't stand it, so I wanted something just to kind of brighten it up a bit. Started planning out next week. I'm gonna have to add a lot more to my meetings, but I wanted to at least start planning ahead, just because I'm not gonna have that much time next week. That's all I have there, and then I showed you the February tracker. So that is how my week is going to go next week. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.